Hello friends and welcome to Intronaut channel. This is the place here on YouTube where we do weekly tarot reading, and today you are all welcome to join me on this reading, which will not be a weekly reading, but I think I have this important message to tell you. So anyway, you are all welcome to join me. So today is the 13th of April. It's the exactly 1 month ago when the lockdown started here in Slovenia. It was the Friday the 13th of March, and now is Monday the 13th of April. So I find that, interesting. And when I counted the numbers of the day today, it's 21, which in tarot is like, the end of the cycle and the beginning of the new one. So immediately the question was, what is this new cycle about? What is this new cycle bringing for us? And the card that pointed to the answer was the card named the Star. This is the card, the Star. So I think this is a very good news for us all, and it points to, the change of, let's say, game, because, this is the card that is pointing at the, let's say, original center of the universe, from where the world is emerging. This is a card of creation, birth, and changing. So, in that manner, it is the card of creation, and the kind of creation that is still in the process of creating. So, well, I find this very interesting for the time that we are right now. So, it is also the card that points to the design, or maybe better, points to the formation of the world or of the self. So, that is also, very good news. And the next good news that this card points to is the returning. And this card points to returning to the light and water sources. It points to returning to the center of the earth and cosmic energies. This is the card that symbolizes the inspiration, the kind of inspiration that materializes the wishes of the artist that until this moment could not be expressed, So all these wonderful things that this card is pointing to, we can maybe understand if we just look at deeper in the card. So as we look at the card, immediately we can see this big 8-ray shiny star that shines down on earth, and it shines down on the humanity. This is the star that, the center of light from where the world is emerging. And around that light, around that star, there are 7 other smaller stars, and that 7 stars point to the Pleiades. I'm difficult to express that. Okay, so Pleiades, the seven sisters that are dancing in the winter sky, winter night sky, as an open star cluster in the constellation of Taurus. So yes, and here is where the Mars, the planet of war, is taking energy, but this time the Pleiades are led by their very important star that is named Alcyona, and the name translated means peace. So let's say the influences from this uh, these cosmic influences will be in peace. Of course, this is a very old sign from the sky, and it marked significant status in the history of the world, in the history of humankind, and the last big marked point from Pleiades was maybe around 3,000 years ago, when they mark the first spring, and also in that sense they mark the first residents or maybe inhabitants, you know and in that manner, that is pointing, of course, to the new beginning, or to the new year, as they are also pointing to. The Pleiades are known as the protectors of agriculture, so they are protecting the harvest, they are protecting the maturation, and of course the plants from drying. And of course, Pleiades are also known as deities protectors that protect people from sickness, especially malaria. So this is very important for us at this point. So the Taurus constellation will soon host the Sun, and even if the Pleiades will not be seen dancing on the night sky, they will still influence and affect life on Earth in a great way. We could maybe start perceiving justice differently. Maybe we could start perceiving justice as a reasonableness that coordinates natural actions and reactions. And as if until this moment, human was, locked down in his own world. But now he's infusing in the cosmic life, allowing, cosmic influences in that can eventually lead to enlightenment. So it points to cooperation of material elements with cosmic energies, you know? So the main elements are the element of water and the element of earth. So this is pointing to inner communication of different worlds. So this points to a very important, significant time that is, awaits for us. So in the middle of the card, we see a naked girl, that one knee she's on the ground, and while, stepping into the water with the other foot, she's pouring waters, like she's pouring them back into the sea or into the ocean of this planet, and also pouring waters to the dry land from which spring, can rise again. So there is also a tree of life behind, I don't know if you can see it, behind the girl, and um, there is a bird on that tree, and the bird symbolizes the immortal soul. So the soul, uh, as the soul that unites spirit with matter. So the message in this card is about humanity on earth receiving cosmic help that is coming from the original center of the universe. As if the cosmos will communicate with the element of earth and the element of water here on this planet to preserve life on earth. The two very important elements are, of course, the human body is made out of. So this cosmic message will also have a great influence on the human body as well as on the human mind. So what I think would be important at this time is to recognize the basic needs that we need to survive as human as well as a human race. So these are the needs that we all have in common. So there is no one on this planet that can survive without water. There is no one on this planet that can survive without air. There is no one on this planet that can survive without the sun. There is no one on this planet that can survive without earth. And all these elements are, here to create the food for earth inhabitants, you know? So this is very important, these basic things, when we consider them, they will unite us, you know. Okay, so I was saying that these basic needs, will not only unite us, but taking care of this basic stuff will start building new relations, new possibilities, for humanity in general. So the advice here is, if we look at her, whatever she receives, she does not keep anything for herself or to herself, but she's giving it back. And by doing that, she's creating these ripples, that can affect everybody in a very short time, you know. So I think that this is a very important message for us all. I think it's a great message, it's a very inspirational message in itself. So, we should just be grateful. So if we ask ourselves if there is something we need to do, well, I think, just considering the basic needs, considering whatever you need, just to survive and what you can live without, you know, um, that will be enough. So you don't have to do anything special. We just have to allow these energies, to come to us. So we have to be open to hear the message, to receive, the how do you say, the little pieces, of the puzzle. So I think this is it. I hope you gain some information about, this cycle that is coming. I hope to see you soon.